Hello, everybody. This is Bernard again. I just fixed my board up there and you know replaced the old wood, and I picked up some more blades. I went and got some no spin blades. I'm gonna throw that no spin thing. I've been practicing on that. Before I was practicing with the spin blades with the sogs and stuff, and I went and got some more professional blades. These are like 11 and 5/8 inches long. I can't throw a spin throw with these is because these are for long distance. You have to at least be about 15 or 16 feet back. And when you're in an apartment, you don't have that kind of space to work with. And then you got all this stuff in here. You got to worry about tearing up or breaking. Because I'm going to have to pay for it if I do it. And these right here almost certainly would tear stuff up in a tight apartment. Like all other things, you start, you crawl before you walk. And I'm about to crawl right now with this no spin throw and just see how much better I can get with it. And I move that camera up a lot closer because it seems like these fades out after a while. When you're setting the camera back so far, I have to move it up close. And I'm gonna be about 8, 9, 10 feet from it. That's pretty much what you're gonna do with a no spin up in here, unless y'all got a lot of space I won't have to worry about. Okay, let me get started with it. I'm just gonna throw 2 blades because it's too many trying to get in that little small board there. Come back a little bit. Woo! Get a little better. I'm about 8 feet now throwing a no spin. Ah, you gotta be careful, man. I just pulled it out and just tapped the side of my finger, and that sucker's want to start bleeding. See how it's want to start bleeding? I just tapped the side of it. You know what I mean? Just tap the side of it, pulling it out. You have to be careful when you're dealing with professional blades. See how much more it start bleeding? Those are professional blades, and they're like 11 and 5/8 inches long. Got to be careful with them. Oh, I got to wipe it off. Hold it a second to wipe them off. Okay, let's resume. I mean, 8 feet. That's cool enough distance, man, for those kind of heavy as those blades are. 8 feet is pretty cool. That's cool, but I mean, you can go back further. 15, 20, 30 feet. But I don't have that kind of access in the apartment. You know, I got to be cool. You know, 'cause I'm gonna have to end up paying for all this stuff if I make any holes or anything. You know, I'm gonna have to pay for it. Look how bad it's still trying to bleed, and it just tapped my finger. I pulled the blade out and tapped it, and look what it's still bleeding. Can you imagine what that'd do if someone just actually was pissed off and really knew what they were doing with those blades and threw them at you? Don't act too hasty with them. Just take your time and pull them out. Don't act hasty. I'm trying to beat the camera. Yeah. Boy, these bad boys are razor sharp. Instead of wiping blood off. Woo, I wouldn't want nobody to throw nothing like that at me. I'm about 8 feet back. About 8 feet back. I'll move that camera up closer. You get a better look at them. There's a stick. I don't know if you can actually see them real well, but I'll do that a little later. Move them up closer. That damn finger is bugging my teal, you know. I just pull them out of the board, and just what it is, just tap that side of my finger, and bam, by there you cut. Go razor damn sharp edge blades. Sucker still bleeding. You can imagine somebody throwing with that kind of thrust, with those kind of blades. Look at that baby bleeding like a sucker. I nursemaid him after a while. Hey, it feel pretty good. I like the way they. Hey, I got look, it's still bleeding. I got a nursemaid him. We throw a few more throws and I go nursemaid. I just picked him out, you know, just pull him out of the board and it just tapped my finger and it bleeding like all. This is the no spin, no rotation. I'm like 8 feet back. when you got all the convenience, you know, like a yard and stuff like that, you can go back and you can throw them or try them, you know, from a distance. But when you're in an apartment or something, you can't do that. Not with blades like this. Sometimes they ricochet and you may end up tearing something up. But like all other things, you crawl before you walk. And I figure 8 or 9 inches away is pretty cool when if you got to sling them, you know. It's pretty cool if you got to sling them. If you got to sling them, that's pretty cool. You know, if you just have to head to sling them, then 8, 9, that's cool. If something's still bleeding, I gotta go nursemaid it, you know. No spin throw. No spin throw. Boy. I move the camera up closer tomorrow, and you'll get a better look at the blades going in. I got a nursemaid my finger here. I got a nursemaid my finger. Let's pick this out. I just pulled the knife out too hastily and then tapped my finger and it cut it. You get started, you hate to stop. I'm not a baby. I figure 8 or 9 feet is a cool enough distance for me. I don't want you to get no close. If you're talking a lot of, you know, bunk, you know, 8 or 9 feet is close enough for me. If you're talking a whole lot of bunk, I don't want you to get no closer. These suckers are razor sharp. I mean, you figure if you're in a combat situation, you don't want no pussy ass knife. You you want them to be sharp, but you got to be careful with them. That's why you practice. That's why you practice. Go through all your trials and error while you're practicing, because you actually had to, you know, go through a combat situation. I want them sharp on both sides because I am throwing about it. Well, not both sides. It all depends on where I can put my finger for sliding it off on a no spin throw. Both sides would be cool if as long as I can slide my finger off a flat, you know, side, not where it's sharpened, when you're in a combat situation. And you can buy them like that too, or get them custom made like that. Tell them what you want. You want this, you want to be able to slide your fingers off to that flat part, but you want both sides sharp and a big dog. This is my first time attempting the no spin throw. I've been throwing the spin throw with the SOG knives and things, and I like to get them a little heavier. It'd be a whole lot less slapping the board if it had a little more weight on them. But like I said, you got to crawl before you walk. This is a no spin throw that I'm crawling on right now. He ain't about to run fast in them faster than them blades if I had to sling them. Oh boy, I got to nursemaid that. Go spit it out. Kind of like that no spin, you know what I mean? Yeah, no spin is rolling, man. Still bleeding. Let's spit it out. About 9 feet now. About 9 feet rolling with him. If I was outside, it'd be cool. I would try to, the longer distance. But like I say, if that thing slap the board and don't go, bam! I'm gonna have to pay for something. Like our poor folks, we just simply wasn't born with all the convenience, of life. We we have to start someplace, you know what I mean? We just simply wasn't born with all the convenience of life. But you got a nice old yard. You can just throw these blades 100 yards away if you want to. You won't have to worry about what it hits because you got all that space. So you just got to, work with what you have. You got to stay within your means and work with what you have. But don't let that stop you from learning how to protect yourself. See, you should never let nothing like that stop you from learning how to protect yourself and your family. There's a will, there's a way. Lala almost. I'll be hitting that lala pretty soon, bro. Okay, that's the no spin throw. I'm about ready to shut it down now, and I move the board up closer tomorrow. I got to go tend my wound here. Like I said, I was pulled the blade out too hastily, and it just tapped the side of my finger and just started bleeding. Okay, I hope you have a nice day. I would send all you beautiful ladies a kiss, but I've been sucking up blood, so sayonara. And again, this is what I call this in my house championship knife slinger. See, I'm in my house championship knife slinger. Signing out.